What's up, guys? Joe here again from the 732 review crew, joined as always by
Mike.
And Mikey.
no Eddie today, but we're back on the Expanse.
People who don't watch Ahsoka are so confused.
We had a guest star join us for Ahsoka. If you're interested, you can always go check that out. So today we're watching episode 10, season 2 of the Expanse.
And previously on The Expanse.
Previously on the Expanse, it ended on a bit of a crazy note with Holden and Amos going back to rescue the people of the ship they commandeered, who you could tell they didn't feel good about doing that to them.
And unfortunately, there was a casualty when they were trying to save the husband and wife, or the partners, whatever they are. And the
Husband died.
guy died, unfortunately. Yeah. And they are on the station now, but Dr. is it Bang?
Prax. We'll go with Prax.
Prax is kind of like, what am I getting myself into right now with
like these guys are killers.
The first time they showed up on the station, they murdered someone.
Yeah.
But they are looking for Strickland, Dr. Strickland, and May, his daughter.
Yep.
And we want, find out what happens in that situation because,
Well, they're searching for answers as to where
they're searching for Dr. Strickland. They just happen to also be searching for Prax's daughter, who is with Strickland. And if I recall correctly, Prax was on to them. He's like, you don't care about my daughter. What's this actually about?
Yes. No, Prax does directly acknowledge that. And it's more of a happenstance. They can all get what they want.
Right.
But it's strictly, as of right now, seems transactional as far as the relationship they have.
And, we are going into a new station that we haven't been to besides, when it got destroyed. But it does, look a little bit like Baltimore. So those of us who've been to Baltimore are going to see some familiar sights. What Amos said. He said, they're going to Baltimore.
It's like, what?
No, I'm sorry, making an Expanse joke.
No, that was clever. It just kind of...
It went over his head.
It did.
But, what a better way to find out what happens. And if this is the episode where we find Dr. Strickland.
Yeah, that was going to be my last thing for the... discussion here.
Do you want us to guess?
Do you have any theories on Strickland or what he's doing or what's going on with that? I know you've made theories, so you can give it really brief if you want to stick to a theory you have made.
I think that he's treating the daughter for a genetic disease, but using the protomolecule and using her as a research potentially.
Okay.
But that's just my theory.
Okay.
I'm gonna go left field here. I'm gonna say that the daughter is that crazy thing that attacked the UN Marines.
Okay, interesting.
Possible.
Okay, well...
Anything's possible in this goddamn show.
I'm sure we're going to find out real soon. We're starting to get to the tail end of this season.
Yeah, we are getting to the tail end.
We are. It's exciting. I'm so excited to keep getting deeper and deeper.
Well, when does book 2 end? Do we know?
No, but we'll just keep on going. Somebody in the comments
I'd rather not...
No? Okay,
you guys know.
Fair.
No, I think it's better to not know.
Sure.
Yeah. So, made it this far. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you do drop a like, drop a comment, or subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're not subscribed to us already and you're watching our Expanse,
please consider.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Otherwise, we're gonna jump right into this episode in 3, 2, 1, and thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for watching.
Like, they were cops. That's just shows how deep everything goes with corruption.
Well, we saw that on episode 1 of season 1 with what's his name?
I'm not sure.
Miller.
Did you see what he asked?
Asked him how many people he killed.
Yeah.
I'm not a homicidal maniac. Holden and Naomi, they're not like me. They're better. I'll watch your back, but they'll find your little girl.
I love Amos's character.
He's authentic.
He is.
He's grown to be my favorite character in the series.
Cabbage. Someone in the comments would be like, that's actually spinach.
Kale.
I don't know if it was cabbage. Kind of looks like a arugula to me.
At least they still got some,
That's clearly carrots.
growing tech. They have some growing still.
Yeah.
Hydroponics, baby.
Well, they need to keep that going. That's the lifeblood of the station.
Yeah. Plus they need to feed
It's
everybody.
lifeblood. It's
And not just the station.
the bell.
Yes.
Stuff is dying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that tracks.
Who was the officer who spirited Sergeant Draper away?
A friend of Sergeant Draper's family here to offer moral support.
He didn't seem like the supportive type.
Madam, your ships are still heading towards ours at Ganymede. So unless your intention is to have us shooting at each other again, let's do what we came here to do.
Why is he dodging the questions? He knows.
So what happens now?
Now you go home back to Mars. You've earned it.
And then what?
Then we do what's best for you and for the Corps.
Ooh.
I'd like to see the ocean before I leave.
Sorry, you're under restrictions now.
Oh.
It's
I'm a
toxic.
prisoner.
No. I mean, you're a Martian. It takes weeks, sometimes months, to acclimate to these open spaces. You saw what happened when we stepped off the ship. You're breathing natural air. You're trying to orient yourself with that damned horizon.
Why is he so mad?
I've never liked him.
No, I don't like him at all.
Eh.
Also, if you notice, there's a guard out front of her door.
There
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
She's prisoner. She gonna run out the window? I
Shades.
There's her escape arc.
think the window's open.
He's a Martian Marine.
She's looking. She says this window's gonna open. Ooh, is she gonna defect to Earth?
I don't think he's gonna defect to Earth,
Defect?
but Avasarala might help her.
I don't think she's ever given us any reason to question her loyalty to Mars.
Well, Mars just questioned her loyalty.
Yeah. I didn't question her loyalty. Just
That's
question her
a
family.
breaking point.
She's trying to get out right now. Just to go see.
She got. Is it a rubber fork? Didn't it like bend? She's just cutting the rubber seal. Jesus.
She's probably trying to go see the beach.
Concussive and incendiary forces, and the suit's internal data logs, as far as they go, are consistent with the MCRM.
It's piqued his interest now.
He's looking at
Martians
it.
wouldn't have given us the armor if it were otherwise. What about biologicals?
He thinks he knows it's a protomolecule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, plus he doesn't know what Mr. Mao has been up to.
Right.
You know, he's out of the loop now.
Watching their fleets go towards each other.
We're gonna rebuild this place.
I like that everybody that like works there is like super like
Very optimistic.
yeah.
Because it's a
This doesn't
beautiful
feel like
place and
Paris,
like
does it?
otherwise.
Let's talk about it right now.
Maybe it just hasn't started yet.
But I think really the biggest thing is just because they're also a lot of them are scientists too.
And I'm sure with the Mars representatives in this facility, they're also what's what I'm looking for? Spread that joy of terraforming, that
Yeah.
excitement for it.
The shared goal.
Yeah.
This yellowing indicates a nitrogen imbalance. We have phage-resistant bacteria in the hydroponic lines to prevent that, which means that something got in and killed the good bacteria.
Uh,
Uh-oh.
And the hydroponics have been contaminated.
are they feeding proto-molecule food to people?
No. They're too far gone to make it.
Uh-oh.
Is that you? Correct? Yes, it's me.
Amos.
Our children are out there somewhere, scared and alone, and you just leave.
You done?
It's got nothing to do with you.
He's helping me find May.
No one's looking for his child anyways. He was laying there.
Yeah.
We gotta show this whole thing to Roma. We gotta go right now.
Hold on. Who's Roma?
Amos is like, sit down.
He's helping me. He's helping all of us. He likes chicken. Only canned chicken. That works the best. Canned chicken.
He works for food?
Yeah. You give him canned chicken, he gives you a video from the security monitor. You give him more chicken, he gives you more video. He said that he could find.
That's a pretty good system.
But I didn't have enough chicken.
I don't think Amos is gonna talk to this guy. He's gonna use Amos language.
I just love that he didn't let him get up.
He's like, I want to get up.
Stay down. He was fiddling with the thing in his hand. He was standing. He's anxious. He's
I think
nervous.
she did see something on Ganymede.
But he's gonna tell her the truth now.
Something we're not supposed to know about.
And what's fueling these thoughts?
I believe that Ganymede was a test of a new weapon that Jules Pierre Mao was developing.
Oh, he's
for
coming
Mars,
clean. From Mars?
based on technology he unleashed on Eros, because I was working with him.
Oh, he's honest halfway about Mars.
Well, I mean, his patrons.
I mean, she knew.
Yeah.
You've known for a while.
Ever since you had Frank the Graph.
Oh, there's the confirmation.
It makes no difference.
Yeesh.
what
I
had
said
known
that last episode.
But you covered it up. You protected Jules.
This was a way to guarantee the safety of the Earth.
At a terrible price.
You're the one who taught me that Earth must come first.
And Eris, 100,000 souls. Did I teach you that?
If I had known what was going to happen on Eros, I would have stopped the project and Jules Pierre Mao along with it, and you know that!
Eris nearly destroyed this planet. You will have to answer for your part in that.
He's not gonna let him go for free.
I know. And I will. This is everything that I know about the proto-molecule project.
That's what was in his
Ganymede
hand.
really was a test, and this it's just the beginning.
Wow. So we actually saw him do what seems to be the right thing.
How many knives does she have to break?
And knives does she need?
She just needs to find the spork. Spork always does the trick. You know?
Oh, she's gonna use her.
She's
metal.
gonna use.
I like her with her hair down.
Jeez.
Grade A construction right there.
Yeah.
Future construction. Not even like cement.
Hey, dude, it's government contractors. Cheap as bed. God, what an ugly roof.
Technically stairs, so she can make her way down.
It's technically a roof.
Yeah, but maybe
I know what
it
he's
go.
saying. It's a tiered roof, yes.
Just get used to the gravity and.
Yo, most embassies have like motion sensors and seismic sensors.
Where's the drones?
Yeah, like what?
There the drone is.
Government drone.
She doesn't know what a bird is. So
Oh,
ow!
Oh, I mean, not an awful roof to fall down, but still
Should her
fucking.
bones be completely broken?
No, 'cause they train in 1G, so the and they have all the density drugs.
What was? Still,
She's a tank, bro. There we go.
she ran away.
Also, isn't she like what, 19, 20?
No.
Toa may have the same genetic disorder.
I don't know if they disclose it directly. I don't
Best
think she's
friends ever
that.
since.
His son and Toa and his daughter have the same.
What?
disease.
Plants have been
They have
stripped
the same
bare.
disease. The two kids.
Plants have no nutritional value. They're air scrubbers that supplement the station's system.
There's cans of chicken.
What you want, Pampa?
Like he's stockpiling a lot of stuff, huh?
Yeah. Cute kid, Copang.
We need to find her and the man with her. And we need to find him quickly.
Really feels like an RPG right now.
Jobs ahead of you.
Literally.
Other people.
This guy just wants to find his little girl. She's sick. She could die if he doesn't find her.
This business.
Oh, I almost left them. Oh, back with the chicken.
We're happy to barter.
What I want is chicken. No chicken, back of the line.
Eat with the chicken, yes!
Amos is. Yo!
his head in. What's wrong with you?
Jesus Christ!
Hey, meanwhile though, Holden was holding Naomi back. Like,
Yeah.
let him work.
Let him cook.
Absolutely. I find little girl. Pro bono.
Amos has a new gun. Holden's like, yep.
Well, he's a scumbag. Clearly.
Yeah.
No chicken? Back of the line.
I knew Amos was gonna hit it with a chicken. That's great. Gonna go sign up for basic income group homing. The Earth has too much to provide.
Oh god. It's a homeless encampment. Yo, is that an electric pot? And the pot itself has a screen on it? Yeah, the future's crazy.
Thought Earth has too much to provide. Right? Thought Earth had too much.
Everyone seems I mean, they're obviously homeless, but everyone's just in a good mood so far. Probably. Or they're distilling water.
My source inside the Martian embassy just informed me that there's a lot of activity around Sergeant Draper's quarters. Because she's no longer in them. Why would she run?
I'm not sure, but I've learned not to look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yes, it is.
Make sure they're stopped frequently by the local authorities and checked for proper identification.
I love it.
Are we information sharing with Aaron right now?
I'll tell him later.
No.
I'd forgotten how it felt to be fighting for the good guys again. I like it. It's nice.
Excuse me, could you please tell me how to get to the ocean?
Don't take it personally. The clinic stopped giving Peter his meds 2 months ago.
Jeez.
Makes him forget his manners. And his reality sometimes.
Bad.
And if you're Martian, you'll have Osteo-X. Give me what you can spare and I'll tell you how to get to the ocean. I know what Osteo-X is for. I can trade that and get a month's supply of meds for the kids who've been exposed to radiation from the drive plant. And I can probably get a month's supply of the new chloroquine. It'll save some of us from dying in the summer when we're forced to drink sewer water.
Damn.
Jesus, is that true?
Wouldn't matter if I said it was.
So, you're a doctor?
I put myself on the vocational training list when I was 17 years old. I'm 52 now. Still waiting for my slot.
Jeez.
Wow.
Every shitty thing we do makes the next one that much easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a good point. They have had like a
morality drip. Drop.
Yeah. He's eating the chicken.
Do you think it's the same when he bashes his head?
I think so.
Absolutely, probably opened.
I didn't kill him. Not yet. He's a bully. And where I come from, bullies take desperate young girls like your daughter and force them into prostitution. And when they finally get knocked up, they peddle them to Johns who get off on that. After they have the kid, they push them right back out on the streets even before they have a chance to heal. And those kids, they use them too. Some people deserve to be punished.
When I had to accept that May was dead, there's a part of me that I felt almost relieved. I couldn't help her the way a father's supposed to.
Having a little bonding time.
That's okay.
I know it's not.
He's stressed out. He helps. He's trying to figure out why the plants are dying.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Something I actually know how to do. They're using distilled water in the hydroponics supply instead of the proper mineral solution needed for long-term stability. I'll only be able to get away with it for another week, maybe two, and after that, the air, the scrubbing plants, what's left of them, will die off. When that happens, they won't be able to stop the Cascade.
What's the Cascade?
In real nature, there's enough diversity to cushion an ecosystem when something catastrophic happens. Nothing that we build, our ships or stations, has that depth. Now, in an artificial ecosystem, when one thing goes wrong, there's only a certain amount of pathways that can compensate for it. Eventually, those pathways get overstressed and then they fail. The station's dead already.
Too late. All
They
this
just
stress.
don't know it yet.
Really showed me how smart he is.
Lance, not his daughter.
Well, just
What he said. Is Alex listening to music?
he's all alone. They're getting into shootouts, beating up people with chicken cans, and he's just hanging out.
Drinking?
Is it Monster or is it beer?
It's beer because if he wanted to lie, the ship would pump him full of drugs that would make him probably sober.
Wow. That sounds great.
Am I wrong? Like, come on. If I'm wrong, somebody in the comments tell me. Also, is he from Texas?
It's from Mars.
Yeah, but is his family from that on Mars from Texas? He used the rangefinder. That's so much fun.
Bruh.
My brain is breaking.
What?
An MCRN priority alert to all vessels into Jupiter AO. A no-fly zone is now in effect around Ganymede Station until further notice.
Oh, crap.
Any unauthorized ships entering or
This
leaving
is
the zone
bad.
will be fired upon without warning.
That is very, very bad.
And he's
No
drunk.
fly zone.
He's not drunk. He'll be sober very soon.
That's oldest part of the station. No camera after that. But if you want to find her, that's where you gotta go.
What's down there?
How do I know?
Out in the ocean.
Got that deep zoom. Gull squawking.
Ah!
That's the drones.
Fine.
Fine. Fine.
The ocean. This is a really deep moment for her. First time seeing an ocean.
I wonder why she wanted to go to the ocean specifically.
Because she's secretly a mermaid.
The Expanse.
Well, think about it. It's something she's heard about all of her life. She's heard
That it's
all
like
these
the
things.
prettiest thing, the biggest difference. Yeah.
Oh,
look at that. Look who found her.
Is it everything you thought it would be?
You take it for granted.
You're right about that. The thing you saw on Ganymede, it was real.
Tell her, Goni.
Yeah. This is what attacked you and your team, isn't it?
Oh, they got a picture of it.
Project Caliban.
Project Caliban?
A new type of weapon. It was being tested on Ganymede.
Now she's gonna be court-martialed.
Asset retrieval team incoming. Retrieve the package.
I like how the Mars people are walking funny.
Yeah.
Little details.
Little details. The Mars people were walking funny.
So one thing that I didn't comment on when it happened, but when Amos was giving his whole spiel about like what happens to the kids at the brothel,
Yeah.
I mean, he mentioned he was a kid at a brothel.
Yeah, no,
So
you picked up on.
And he like totally did not like never mentioned like he's like, oh yeah, you know, like I was just a kid at the brothel, like they took care of me. But like what he didn't say but said there was I was at the brothel.
They used the kids.
They used him,
which is why he's so angry.
And then when he probably got big enough, they used him to protect the girls.
Yeah.
The product and whatnot. Unfortunately, so that was a little depressing turn to this episode, but it does the positive outcome from the darkest thing that you could find out about Amos is he is willing to go that extra mile for the children, protecting people like that. So like you see, he immediately connected with Prax and he's like, I need to help this guy.
Yes.
And he's like, when the guy was like, well, you have no chicken, man, can't help you.
And I got chicken for you, bitch.
Chicken.
I love that.
I love that. That was a great scene.
On top of what you said, I also think it was important with Amos. Repeatedly, he's like, "You're not some type of like homicidal killer, are you?" When he asked him, "How many people have you killed?" and he's like, "I don't know. I'm not a crazy person. I don't count how many people I've murdered." Like, that's a crazy person thing. And then again, he reiterated on that later when Prax kind of jabs him a little. He's like, I didn't kill him. Like, he's alive, It
was also interesting to see that.
So I just felt like, to wrap that up, that Amos is still totally in control. Like, even when you see him hitting him with it, it's not like he lost control.
He's in control.
Like, yes, yeah.
And then that's why Holden's like, let him work. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah, I love that. Let him cook.
Let him cook.
This is now an Amos fan channel.
This is the Amos, yeah. One of the things that I wanted to bring up too, interesting, was a red herring a little bit, I think, was the plants were kind of, dying a bit. And you're like, you almost kind of, the first thought you have always is protomolecule in the water, protomolecule, oh, defeat the protomolecule. No, it's just they're using the incorrect supplies on the station, which has caused a cascade effect, which is the name of the episode. What?
I wanted to point that out.
Yeah, he pointed it out. It's on the screen right now. Cascade effect.
Well, it's also what's the word for it? When you use a mini thing within the story to illustrate the bigger story.
Yes.
Because it's cascading and everything's falling apart, which is what's happening with the Mars Earth peace talks, even though they're trying. The proto molecule is trying to stop it, and it's falling apart because now we have another instance of this happening. It's a bunch. It's cascading effect across the board.
And on that topic, it actually just occurred to me a really cool similarity with Prax and Amos. Is Amos many episodes ago talks about the churn. And he's like, oh, it's just the churn. And remember, I think Miller or whoever asked him,
What's the
like,
churn?
What's the churn? And he speaks the same way that Prax did about the Cascade.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just thought that was a cool little tie-in because Amos so confidently is like, oh, that's the churn. And he's like, it's the Cascade. You know, just the way they presented it and talked about it, I thought was a really cool similarity that I've just noticed for the first time.
That's a really good one. I would say I liked this episode specifically, you know, Gunny's escape arc also, for rebellion arc. Now, it's cool, as you mentioned, you know, we didn't think about it because we weren't looking at how she was walking, but she was walking differently. And what was his name? Oh, the guy.
Nico
is who's been we're going to talk about that.
I remember the name.
You remember it. Good job, buddy. All right, so you know, she learned how to walk a little better, and you see them walking towards them at the end. You're like, okay, Martians. They had a little interaction with Avasarala, where Avasarala was like,
I need your help.
I need your help. This is all the information. This is Martian weapon, which who knows if it is a Martian weapon. You know, maybe Sadavir was telling the truth.
It's a Mal weapon.
It is a Mal weapon. But she was like, you know, F you, I don't believe you. She's still like brainwashed a bit. She really just wanted to go to the beach.
She's about to be ejected from the Marines, which means she's about to have her
wanted to go
arc.
to the beach.
Well, but her whole life is upside down right now, you know. So I think she was looking for something to like ground herself, and that's why she was so ready to just go to the ocean and try to find some peace or something to like bring her back to reality. Because you can tell she's really disoriented. Like the moment she gets out of her room, like it doesn't seem like she's really all there.
Well,
you know?
also, I mean, getting out of the room, she got out of the negotiation room, and immediately everyone was like, "You fucked up. You're gonna be. You're not out of the Marine. It's not good anymore."
Yeah. So I mean, there's very little reason for her to want to, besides her devotion to Mars. You know, listen to what they say. Besides, you know, her love for just the planet Mars and the people that aren't, you know, part of this.
Yes. Another big thing we got this episode is we got to see the real Earth a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So you guys talk about that.
It looks like San Francisco.
It just felt like we hadn't touched on that yet.
Jesus. Sorry, people who live in San Francisco on our channel.
What, San Francisco? It's a shame what's happening there. Just like it's a shame what's happening here.
Well, you know, Avasarala says, you know, we don't have enough jobs. You said it already. You know, 40 billion people. We don't have enough jobs, but that's okay. We take care of people. No, they don't. It's just like how they say they take care of people now. You know, like you're gonna have homeless. You're gonna have like ill and mentally ill who aren't getting their medicine. You're gonna have people who are, you know, because you don't have
you're
to
gonna
pay
have a drug dealer who's gonna go get some living drugs.
He's been waiting,
supplement everything
because you can live to be 150 years old. He's been waiting, you know, 47 years.
35 years.
It's 35 years.
35
wow,
years.
bad math. Ever since he was 7, he wanted to be a doctor.
He would have been 5 at 47.
Sorry, but bad math. I'll be a doctor. Put him on the list.
I mean, but that's another thing. Is like, I'm sure the doctor list is longer than the construction worker list.
It depends what kind of doctor. Because some of the doctors, it seems like all they do is, and you're healed. There you go. You know,
or just ready. It's like,
yeah, it's like, where they're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna stab you in the neck real quick.
Whoa.
I'm joking, cool. Obviously, but you know,
I love how much Kutyar's, you know, been shown. He's not just been like, you know, Kutyar the spy.
Avasarala's boy.
Is that his name?
Kutyar.
He hasn't been able to pronounce the name all the show.
You're not confusing that with Cortazar, right?
No, Kutyar.
Oh, I didn't realize that was
Kutyar, I believe is his name.
I'm gonna check right now.
Joey's seen this before, and I haven't. Just so everybody want to know.
What is?
Well, no, you can look. The name's right there. So we'll go back a little bit, and we'll be. See the names are on the screen right now. That's the actual. Wait.
Bro, it's fine.
So,
anyways, I'll look at it.
See, yeah. So that was interesting to see all that, you know, going on with that. Now, my favorite thing for this entire episode was I just love watching how Amos is bonding with Prax.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to watch him, immediately kind of take a positive spin on someone because he won't give up to find his child. He wants to find his child. And
Amos wants to see him succeed.
And speaking of his child, she's been taken to the oldest part of the station, which is,
with a mysterious other doctor.
Yeah, that no one seems to be like, who is that?
Yeah, no one was like, oh.
They're just like, oh yeah, look at third person. Yeah, that's fine.
So I mean, that's really the biggest question mark we have right now is who is that other person and what's in this old part of the station? Because if this is the oldest part of the station, it was built obviously before everything else, so there has to be a purpose for this that and Prax Mang does not know what the purpose is.
There's no cameras. If you saw on camera, there was a big plaque above the door that said contributed by Mal Praskowski.
Thanks to the contribution by Mal Kokowski.
Did it actually say
no.
I was like, wow, I did not notice that. That's a hell of a...
Imagine his face is on the door.
My favorite, I think my favorite line, actually, I also really liked Sadavir coming clean. You didn't touch on that. I really like him finally being like, all right, this is getting really bad. And he was genuine.
Because his emotions were coming through. Like I said, you noticed his hand shaking.
And clearly... he knew a lot because he gave her, because we saw right at the end that Avasarala now has a thing showing what looks like a freaking alien.
Yeah. Project what?
Bobby.
Project what?
I don't know. I said it.
I hate you.
I don't remember names.
Started with the C.
Project Carter? No.
I don't know.
Handband.
Check the Wikipedia. You see the show.
So it looks like he's trying to create bioengineered soldiers at this point, which is crazy. For Mars?
More so than anything, all of the scientists working on these projects have said that this is the next step in human evolution to allow us to go to the stars. So the super soldier thing, I mean, it might be Mao's idea for a super soldier, but the scientists working on it probably is just like, this allows humans to go out without pressure suits. They don't need oxygen. They can just exist.
He took out half the brains of the scientists researching the molecule.
Okay, well, listen, it's Frankenstein's monster, okay?
I think that's a really good spot to end this discussion with Frankenstein's monster.
The last thing I was going to say, my favorite line of the episode was Amos
you got any chicken?
To Prax. No.
You got any chicken? Whack,
because
whack, whack.
Right after Prax asked Amos if he's a homicidal maniac, Amos is like, don't worry, I have your back, and Holden and Naomi are much better people than me, and they'll find your daughter.
Right.
Which I also think Prax took as I think I can actually trust these people to find my daughter.
Right.
Rather than prior to that, like we talked at the onset of this episode, it seemed more transactional, whereas I think that seemed to, in the show, give Prax some peace of mind.
And the funny part...
he's like, I mean, I can't really, but they're nice enough that we will find your daughter.
The funny part is that Amos says that, but Amos is the one who's angriest when anyone tries and stops him from finding this girl. It's just a funny thing about it's that contrariness with him. He's like, listen, you'll survive because of me, but they'll help find your girl. But in reality, he's the one bulldozing the blockades to the girl.
Yeah, you're right.
It's true. I think it's a good spot to end this.
Yeah.
So if you guys have made it this far, thank you very much. We do appreciate you. And if you made it this far and you're not subscribed to us, why aren't you? Otherwise, please.
Either way, we appreciate you watching. Mikey.
You guys know I'm joking, obviously. But I do appreciate all your views. Thank you so much for staying with us through almost
the
two
whole
seasons so far.
And this episode and this discussion.
And anybody watching in the future, I hope you're enjoying our improvements in quality. We have 3 mics now.
Yeah.
As well as,
Yeah, Joe changed his name. He's now Mike, so we have 3 mics.
Yeah, we have 3 mics. And, we are the 732 Review Group. I'm Mikey.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Mike.
And we hope you take care and have a good night, /day, /evening, /whatever it is there.
You did the
Twilight.
Bye.
Toodaloo.